Let's talk about something right quick. Do you remember when we used to have substitute teachers when our main teachers were out because of maybe sick or if they had appointments? So we would be extremely happy to have a substitute teacher. Basically, it's like when all the fun would begin, right? Cutting up. Y'all remember, okay? Even for people who are younger than me or in Gen Z population knows what I'm talking about. Let's just say that's you as the other person, not that main person. You are the person that you go to just for the fun, just for the shits and giggles. And you're not the main one that students appreciate once the year goes on or closer to the end of the year. And they thank you for having you as their teacher. But in this case, you're not the one that they're bringing the roses to when it's the last day of school. The thoughtful cards for bearing with them when they know they were just one of the baddest kids of them all. You're not the one that's not feeling like, wow, I made a difference. You're just the one that's just around if I need a good time, per se. So, anyways, do you feel like the substitute teacher in your relationship? Or are you the main one that is holding the arm and being shown to everyone of that person's family, friends, business partners? Are you being showcased as the wife or the main girlfriend, whatever the situation is? Or are you being kept in a secret box where your identification to that person is unknown or complicated? Think about that. Anyways, without further ado, this is Too Transparent Tasha. And this is now number 12 of our video of the Infidelity Confessions. As you know what to do, guys. Thank you after those 25 subs, but keep on coming. Subscribe, like, and share this content. Again, you already know what I got going on, okay? So $10 for 10 minutes of your time of letting you know with your infidelity story. Let's share this anti-infidelity as much as we can throughout this world. But without further ado, let's start 10 minutes. Boop. So, basically, continue on from finally telling my mom about this situation. Um, for anyone that's close with your mother, close with your father, anybody that's like, especially family, parent related, you already know what to like when you're trying to tell them something and you want to tell them, but you probably are not ready to tell them right away because of how they may respond, how they may, I don't want to say act, or if they're going to be disappointed in you. So yeah, I had moments where it's hard to get stuff out, knowing I gotta hear the blowback later. But I remember finally getting the courage to tell my mom about the situation. I first had to tell her that my children's father and I were going to be separated. We were not going to be together. And it's because of the fact that I had another situation going on at that time. So when I first told my mom that I was, planning on getting a divorce, there was a long pause. It was like a long, awkward pause for a minute. Because I think she was trying to understand what was going on, what was said. And I think I remember her mentioning that she thought I was joking for a minute. And unfortunately, I had to tell my no, mom, I'm not joking. This is a serious, yeah, I'm serious. So, she's like, oh my God, you know? So for anybody that can relate, when you thought you had something good running for so long, at one point before I had got into the mess that I was in about 3, 4 years back. I forgot we're in 2026 now, whatever. um, I thought I had it good. It was about, I think, before I got into stepping into that rim of almost falling into that deep hole with that person. It was 14 years strong, at least I thought. But yeah, yeah, I remember my mom saying, "Yeah, wow, I thought you guys were great, blah, blah, blah." I mean, as far as, yeah, it looked like it was fine. At least I did, you know? But, um, but yeah, coming to tell your mom or your closest relative about the situation, especially if it's your parents, it's a different ballgame than telling your friends or maybe your sister or your brother, whatever. But when it's your mom or your dad, it's a little difficult. Maybe not for everybody. Maybe everything is different. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if you can see my nose running. But hey, this is live and uncut. you know. But um yeah, she was just shocked. Maybe I know she probably felt a little sad about the situation because um, you know, probably for of course um for my sake or something. I mean, I was fine, of course, of me finally letting her know. I had to let her know. That's my mom. But I did tell her why. And the main thing she did say, and she had a point. Because of course this is when I was thinking that, okay, yeah, well we're doing this right now. That person is also still married, but we are trying to get together. We want to be together. That's what I will tell her. So she asks, okay, because I want to know, what does this person plan on, what is he intending on doing with my daughter? You know? And of course, I can't be mad of why she would say that because it makes perfect sense. My mom, of course, she's lived this life, so she knows good and well how, things in guys can go, when relationships go. And when you got a situation that your daughter tells you that, hey, I'm getting divorced and I'm going with another person, and she knows a little bit about that person from what her daughter has told her, and it doesn't sound at all great. What other question can you come up with? Like, what do you think she's gonna like? Okay, well, when's the wedding day? No, hell no. Why would she say that? Why would she be even happy, even if to try and put her lips together to say, well, when are y'all gonna get married? Oh, I can't wait to meet him. No, I can bet you 9 times out of 10 that that was not anything in her mind. She just worried about not only just only my safety, but probably my sanity as well. Like, is this gonna take out Tasha, like literally mentally, when she realizes what she's stepping into? My precious baby girl is doing something that I never thought would happen, but here we are. So what am I gonna do? Causing her to worry. I mean, she's got stuff to worry about already by herself. I mean, as anybody does in this life. But yeah, when you're trying to come out and tell the people that you love about the situation, it's gonna be hard. I don't know, maybe for everyone it might not be or wasn't that hard when you came to tell them about situations like this or other situations that maybe they didn't agree with because of how you were raised. But yes, so yeah, she wasn't like mad, but I know when she got off the phone, she felt kind of bad. She felt bad about that. But yeah, coming to your parents and letting them know the truth of what you have done. Yeah, it could kind of sting for a minute, like a little knock on, your personal growth or character as a person at that moment. But you coming out and letting them know and not just harboring onto yourself, that's a plus. Yeah, you can do better in a lot of areas, granted. But it's a plus that you came and you told your parents about it. And it's good that you told your parents about it because they're going to tell you what they really think. Even if you may not agree, they're going to tell you because they don't care about that other person. First of all, that other person don't matter to them like you matter to them. They're going to be, they're your biggest fans, just like you were your biggest fan for your mom or your dad. They're going to let you know, okay, you need to be careful and what you are doing. If you're gonna get divorced, whatever, do what you have to do. That's your business. But you need to take your time and slow down. Because if you don't, you'll be getting into another relationship just as soon as you're gonna be getting out of a relationship, excuse me, just as soon as you got into the relationship. As in, what if I did marry this other I can't even talk right now. What if I did marry this individual after my children's father? And turned out, like how they say it, the grass was not green at all. And I know they say like the grass isn't green on the other side. I didn't even say that. I said the grass wasn't green at all. The grass was rotted. The grass was brown. What was the grass? Where was the grass at? That grass was so brown. That grass was so ungrassable. But you mean during that time, I thought it was nice and green, good as it was going to get. I'm almost done. Good as it was going to get. But they don't tell you how it is. And they're going to tell you because it may sound harsh to you. But the thing is, you're not coming from where their standpoint is. They're going to tell you in love, but in correction, that you're wrong. And that you need to rethink what you need to do after you get your affairs in order or you get your house in order, whatever you want to call it. But even if you may be mad and you want to buck back and resist and not listen or be defensive about things, understand where they are coming from. And think about it as if you were in their shoes. Because they're coming from they're coming from their own mindset to where they probably were at your age and feeling the same thing and about to go through the same trap. So think about this as my 10 minutes ends right now. Think about that when you are finally telling your family, your loved ones about what's going on. Hear what they're saying and digest it. Yes, I'm not saying, buck down or anything and whatever and excuse me, and just like take it like, a little kid. What I'm saying is understand where they're coming from and share that love back. I love you. I just want to let you know what you just said probably had hurted me, but give me some time so I can come back to you and let you know how I feel about what you just said. Send them your love to them, give them a kiss, whatever. But in the meantime, think about what they really said because it matters. Not because they wanted to hear themselves talk, but they wanted to plant that seed to you just to know what dangers are up ahead if you don't stop doing this. If you keep pursuing this matter, if you keep trying to make something work of a dead situation. Just see that. And I'm sorry the video is a little bit longer than what it's supposed to be, but just see that for a minute. Understand. Put yourself in their shoes. Because all they're doing is looking out for you. But that's all. Anyways, y'all know what to do. I got to go. This is at 2 Transparent Tasha. I want to thank you all. Leave your comments, please, below. I love reading comments. But this girl's got to go. I hope you have a good weekend. Stay warm. Stay safe. All right. I'll see y'all later. Peace.